This video contains spoilers. You have been warned. If you don't like spoilers, don't watch this video.
Are you okay?
What's up, everybody, and welcome to Reviews by Russ. Today's video, we're going to be discussing The Mandalorian, Season 2, Episode 4, Chapter 12, The Siege. The episode starts out, we have the Razor Crest limping through space. We know what kind of shape it's in from the last episode. It's definitely seen better days. So, of course, that is something that I was thinking that was going to happen. It ends up, he's saying, hey, we can't make it to where we need to go with the ship in this bad shape. We're going to have to stop somewhere. And the place they end up deciding to stop is they're going to go back to Navarro to visit with their friends Grief Karga and Cara Dune. So we go back to, it cuts to Navarro, and we're back to the Mandalorian covert, where the Mandalorian covert used to be. We can see the on the wall that you can see where the metal mythosaur skull was hanging at the armorer's little section. Where her heating thing was, they've got some soup or something in a bowl. There's a little group of thugs. They're Aqualish, which is like Walrus Man or Ponda Baba from Star Wars A New Hope, from the cantina scene, the guy that Obi-Wan cuts his arm off. This is a group of his species, a group of thugs and thieves, and it turns out we see that Cara Dune is now the marshal on Navarro. She comes in and takes care of business, gets the stolen goods, and says she's got to take them back to who they belong to. I'll show you a little bit of that now. So once Mando meets up with his friends, Karga has his best people, as he calls it, get to work on the ship. It's kind of throwback to Empire, because you can tell right off the bat that one of them's kind of shady. We find out later in the episode that he definitely was. But anyway, he puts his best people on the job. They take the child to the school that they now have in town and drop him off so that they can go show him something. They said it's a place or something they got to do where you can't take a child. So Mando reluctantly leaves the child in the school. There's a couple little funny things that happen there. I won't spoil those for you. And then they find out that there's this Imperial base that's still left on the other side of the planet. They're wanting Mando to help out while they're fixing his ship. He agrees, and they take off in the speeder. And we also get the return of the character, the blue guy, Mithril, from the first episode of season 1. Turns out that Grief Karga himself had the bounty on him, and he had was his accountant, and he kind of screwed Grief Karga out of some money, and now he's working off kind of a life debt, because I think they said that 250 years or something he's got to work for him to pay off the debt. But anyway, he takes him in his speeder. They go to the Imperial base. We'll check that out now. So once inside, they figure out how to blow up the base. You know, it's on a lava field. They just have to turn off some coolant stuff and let nature take its course. So, of course, they find that and take care of business there. And then we end up they run in, as they're trying to escape, they run into an Imperial lab. And we see these clones, and they kind of look like Snoke. So it kind of goes along with the rumors I'd heard that they were going to try to tie Snoke's creation in with the child somehow. So apparently they're using the blood of the child to try to make these clones. It looked like Snoke. I'm 99% sure that's what it is. I could be wrong, but with the rumors, then you see it just all kind of fits together. I'm not super happy that they're tying in the sequel trilogy right now, but they're going to do what they're going to do with that. But we also do see the scientist, the cloning scientist from the first season. He pops up on a hologram video. We'll take a little look at that real quick. So now that they realize Gideon is still alive, Mando is definitely concerned, so he takes off on his own to get the child. The rest of the group, they steal an Imperial troop transport, and they have a little speeder chase with some of the speeder bikes through a canyon. Some pretty cool stuff. We saw some of it in the previews, but I'll show you a little bit of that right now. So the base explodes and the speeder bikes are taken care of. Our heroes think everything's fine, but there are 4 TIE fighters that take off from the base right before it blows up, and they have a pretty cool little ravine chase. They're chasing the transport through a canyon. We'll check some of that out real quick. Like I said, that was a pretty nice little scene there where they're chasing through the ravine. Some really good action, which we're getting used to in this show. I've been really pleased with the aerial stuff. But as our heroes get through the ravine there, as you can see, they're still in trouble. And that's where the Razor Crest shows up, and we get a pretty cool aerial dogfight. We'll take a look at a little bit of that right now. So we get to see the Razor Crest do some pretty cool stuff in this episode. I'm very happy that they fixed the Razor Crest up. A lot of you guys like me just invested in the HasLab Razor Crest ship. So as we were seeing it get destroyed each episode this season, I was getting a little worried that they were going to do away with it. But now it's all fixed up and even looks to be better than before. So I'm pretty pleased and happy. Very much looking forward to the HasLab Razor Crest, which won't come till sometime next year. But we did get one of those, and of course we'll definitely review that as soon as it comes in. But back to the episode. In the episode, we get to go to a Star Destroyer, one of the smaller ones that we see a lot like in the Rebels series, and Moff Gideon is on this ship. They're in a room with some robots. I don't know if they're robots, droids, or if they're suits of armor or some kind of clone troopers, or it doesn't really show them. I've watched it a few times. I can't tell what they are. If you guys know what they are and you like to tell me, just leave it in the comments. I'd love to talk about it. But that ends the episode with Gideon basically saying, all right, I know where Mando is, because that shady guy from earlier put the tracking device on the Razor Crest when they were fixing it up. So now Gideon knows where Mando is, can track him around, and he's got these troopers or droids, and I guess we'll find out pretty soon what they are. But he says that they're going to be ready when they find Mando, so we should get some really cool action when this all goes down. We did not get Ahsoka this week, which a lot of people thought we would. Like I said earlier, I kind of thought that they were going to go, wait a minute, this is a good time for a little side story. And it's not so much a side story because it does go along with, we know what's going on with Navarro now after the destruction of this Imperial base. The entire planet's now free. Greek Karga even talks about he wants it to be the trade hub for that part of the galaxy. So we get to see the progression, and Cara Dune is the marshal. We do get the police guys in the X-Wings again at the end, and he leaves a badge for her. We believe it's a badge. I've talked to some of my friends. That's our consensus there, to basically officially make her the marshal, as they're talking about, there's stuff going on in the Outer Rim, and we need you guys to let us know what it is and when it's going down so we can help. And she seems kind of torn whether she wants to help, so it'll be interesting to see moving forward what they're going to do with her character. But it was a pretty good episode. Last week was so exciting with Bo-Katan and everything. I knew this week wasn't going to live up to that, but it was a pretty solid episode on its own. There's a lot of cool chase scenes and fight scenes in this episode. If you'd like that part of Star Wars, you definitely get the action, and it did move the story along some. So a pretty good episode. Also, it was a little bit longer than the week before because we've been getting shorter each week, so I was glad to see the run time go back up a little bit this week. I think most of us would like at least around that 40-minute mark every week. If we're waiting a week, that seems to be good time for us. Anything 40 minutes plus, we're usually happy. But I'm just happy that there's any Star Wars coming out right now. If you like today's video, be sure to hit that subscribe button. Also, hit the thumbs up button for the video. If you're watching my videos, please share them and tell your friends about them on your social media, helping me grow my channel. And don't be afraid to leave questions and comments about the Mandalorian episodes on the videos. I'd love to talk to you guys about it. That's why I'm doing these videos, is so I can discuss Star Wars with as many people as possible. So as always, I really appreciate each and every one of you that tune in and watch the videos. We'll see you next time. And until then, may the Force be with you.